Hello and good morning, everybody. My name is Nadia, and today I'm going to talk about different things which are centered towards homeschooling. And first of all, I want to say thank you so much for everyone for watching my videos and liking them, liking my content. I'm really thankful. First time I posted my video on my Facebook page, and my colleagues they liked, and I really loved it because it's a lot of encouragement. It gives you a lot of encouragement, and especially a bad bite, like it's an honor. Then my batchmates back from 2007, Karen Chu, Susan, Mandy, my Spanish buddies like Saman Arif, Asad Khalil, Gerardo Gomez, and they're all like 70 people. Emma Dali, Amji, God, Saida Nissa, we have Rizwan Saf, Hassan Salim, and Master Nakwi, Nasser Samuel, Heather Iftikhar, Azim Hussain, and Haroon. The list goes on. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate that. I never thought that I would ever face camera and would ever make videos. It was something that I could never do, that I could never imagine. Like, it is, it's like a spotlight is something that I ever hated. And I always used to shy away from these things. But when I started homeschooling and I started thinking about things, and adopting things and realizing that what kind of society I'm living in and the education system, evaluating it, I found so many flaws in it, and I saw so many people not paying attention to these things, and I thought it's necessary now. It's my job, it's duty now that I should go ahead and talk about such stuff and spread awareness. No matter how small your voice is, it can make a difference. And all you have to do is to believe in yourself and believe in what you think. And everyone is so intelligent these days, so thoughtful that they can. All they need is a little guidance. Like, I needed that guidance for so long when I was doing this thing. I used to search for people. I used to pray that I would get somebody who could help me out with that, because I was stuck in the situation. I did not want to send my children to school, and how to deal with them at home was something that I had no clue. So yeah, now let's get back to our basic topic today, which is just recently my very dear friend, he asked me a question that I've been asked a lot of times. So he asked, in the light of those protests that were centered around George Floyd's death and the racism. So he asked me this thing that, Nadia, your kids are not going to school, and when a kid is going to school, he's been exposed to things like bullying, like name calling, and some nasty kids. And don't you think if they are not facing that kind of adversity very early on in their lives, how would they be able to deal with these things later on in life, in future? And this is not the first time that I've been asked this question. Once I remember a mother, she asked me this thing, that if my daughters, they are not going to school and not facing those cunning and chalak ladkiyan, how would they be able to cope with their, how they be able to deal with their in-laws? Like all that a girl has to do is to learn to get prepared to deal with her in-laws. And at the back of our heads, it's also conditioning. A kind of conditioning has been done that our in-laws are definitely going to be nasty people. So it's important that we learn how to deal with them. And yeah, ladies, no matter how much you are prepared for your in-laws, if they're nasty people, they are going to give you hell of a time. And there is no guide, there is nothing in the world that can teach you how to deal with them. And if they're good, you don't have to deal with them then. So guys, saying that, I mean to say that there is no scientific research in the world that suggests that if you're going to expose your children to negative emotion from very early age, that is going to make them strong, that is going to make them brave, and that is going to give them a guide, a helpful guide how they're going to deal with other human beings in their professional and in their personal lives later on. One thing is important. Life is a challenge. It's a constant challenge. That's what we have to tell our children. We have to keep on solving problems. And as far as we believe that we're going to send our children to schools and they would get confidence, like, I am really fed up of this term, that there is a fine line between confidence and badtamizi. Well, if like making your child like other bully kids, because obviously, if you're gonna expose your child to such negative emotions, there are two things that are bound to happen. Number one, that your child would start believing that this is a norm, this kind of behavior is a normal thing, and he would definitely, if he wants to survive and if he wants to be recognized among that kind of people, he would adapt. He would become a bully. Number two thing that can happen is that if he would not become a bully, he would become a one who would be bullied, and he would suffer. So there are two things. If you're going to expose your child to such an environment where he's stuck and he has to face those people no matter what. So, but eventually what we think is that child is going to gain confidence. Confidence is a wonderful thing. It can be learned. It can, sometimes when human personalities, they keep on evolving. The way I told you about myself, I was very shy. I was not the person who could stand up and speak and could raise hands. In my meetings also, it was harder for me to even there was a pressing question was coming into my mind. I used to not raise my hand, and I used to think that people would say, "What the dumb question you asked, Nadia?" And I used to think that everybody present in the room is more intelligent and more powerful than I am. But when need arises, when you gotta be confident, you can become confident. And there is a reason why human beings are shy. There are reasons why we take time to evaluate ourselves, to evolve, not evaluate, basically to evolve ourselves. So that is what I pay attention to, that is what I press upon, that let the nature take its course and let it be. So the bottom line is, let your child be who he is. Do not try to make it what you want to make him. If the child is shy, would you want to make him confident? Because it's important in the society for him to walk, for him to survive. Not everybody in this world can be confident. There are some people who gotta be shy. There are some people who gotta be, because nature is not like that. Because nature does not work on the industrial principles. It does not producing things in batches and fulfill those profitable requirements. Nature is not thinking with human brain, okay? And nature has its own pace. Nature is slow and patient. That's the same thing that we have to do, is to be patient with our children and see who they are. You have given birth to that kid does not mean that you know exactly who this kid is. I know that's a scary thing, because that individual, my kids in my home, they are strange people. They are strange people unless I try to know them. I try to get to know them, say hello to them, say, okay, this is who you are, this is what you like, this is what you like to eat, this is what you hate, and respect their personal space and not intrude, and give them time to think, because I believe that if I'm giving them enough time to think about the things on their own and not implement my thinking on them, that is going to help them, make them confident, and they're not going to have secondhand thoughts. They're going to have their own original thoughts. That's what I believe. And make your kids to learn to respect others, to have sympathy, to share their things, and to be confident in doing good things, doing kind things, be compassionate. Tell them that there is, because right now we have abundance of food, abundance of comfort. This is the time that we're living in. These are the kings never thought of living like that. So we have abundance of everything, but we have dearth of kindness. We have dearth of empathy. That is what we got to produce. We have enough confidence. People are doing corruption confidently. People are messing up with other people's lives confidently. They're bullying. When they are bullying, a five-year-old child is bullying in his class, he is going to bully everybody in society later in life. We had seen enough side effects of this kind of confidence. We're lacking big on kindness. Just this one thing you teach your children, and tomorrow the world is going to be a better place for them to live. Because we cannot give them clean air to breathe in, clean water, and original food. This one thing I hope we could give them. With that note, I just want to say bye.